Hey everybody, welcome back to my BakeLikeAPro YouTube channel. Today we're going to make a really fun one. This recipe is very fast and it's also very easy. We're going to be making pâte à choux. This is the recipe you're going to use if you want to make chocolate eclairs or cream puffs. So let's get on with the ingredients. Half a cup of milk, 125 grams. A quarter cup of butter, 57 grams, and I am using salted butter in my recipe today. A half a cup of all-purpose flour, this is 75 grams. 2 large eggs. 1/8 of a teaspoon of salt, this is 1 gram. A half a teaspoon of white granulated sugar, this is 2 grams. So those are the ingredients. Let's get started. So get yourself a medium-sized pot. You're going to do this on the stove. I'm going to take my milk and get it in there. My butter. The sugar. And a little bit of salt. And now I'm going to heat this, and when it's almost at a boil, just as it hits that boil, then we're going to take our flour and we're going to mix that in. So right now I've got to let all of this melt, so I'll do that and then I'll come back when it's all melted. Okay, here we are. This is maybe 3 minutes later. Everything is already coming up to boil. You can see that. I'm just going to drop the heat down. And now I'm going to take all of our flour and get that right in there. And then I'm going to use my spoon and start mixing all of that together. I can actually just turn my element right off. You can just lift it off the element too if you think it's going to burn. And now you're just going to stir this. Kind of looks like paper mache at this point. You just want to get in there and give it a little stir. I can remove this. Now we're not going to use that anymore. Bring that in. And this is going to be going into our stand mixer. And you can also use just a regular mixer, a little hand mixer if you want. This here is a mini batch, because I don't want to make too many of these for this little recipe. So you can kind of see what the texture looks like. It's very thick. And now we're just going to take that and put that into our little mixer. So you can see how easy this recipe is. Get it right in there. And yeah, you can just use a regular little mixer. You don't have to use a stand one like I am. You can see the inside of the bowl, and that's what it looks like. So there we go. And now we're ready. Okay, so what I've done, I've put it into my little mixing bowl and we are ready to go. So I'm just going to close this down. Get that going. And now, all we need to do is add in those 2 eggs. So get your mixer going and then add in the eggs. There's 1. And there's 2. And that is it for the recipe. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to whip this at high speed. So there we go. The recipe is 100% finished now. So it's nice and creamy, nice and airy, and we're ready to go. And also the bowl has dropped in temperature quite a bit. So I'm just going to lift this out. And then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to get this into a piping bag. And I'm going to show you what this looks like right now. I'll move this out of the way. So let me bring it in here so you can see. Can you see what it looks like here? That's what you want it to look like. It's very silky, smooth, very nice. So now I'm going to get that into my piping bag here, and I've got a large tip on here, and this here is a 809. So anyway, I'll fill this up and I'll be back. So I've got all of my pâte à choux in my little piping bag, and I have a tray here with a silicone liner. And now I'm just gonna basically do my little shape, and you can do any type of shape that you want. I got a little bit left. I'm gonna do a little baby here. And then just get your finger in there, give it a little push. There we go. So now, at this point, your oven should be preheated and ready to go at 400 degrees Fahrenheit. I'm going to pop these in, I'll bring them back. They're only going to take about 12 to 14 minutes, and then I'll come back. So here we go, right out of the oven. I just took these out about a minute ago, and I baked them for 14 minutes at 400 degrees Fahrenheit. So now these are extremely hot. We have to let them cool down. So we'll let them cool, and then we'll come back a little later on. So this is a couple hours later. These were completely cooled, and in another video, I had made a brand new pastry cream, and I just decided to start filling these. I realize this video is getting really long, so I've done these ones, and I'll just show you how I did it on the last one here. So I've got my pastry cream in a bag with a special filling tip. And then I'm just going in from the bottom. I just push it in, make sure I'm on camera here, and then just give it a little bit of a squeeze. And you can kind of feel it on your hand when it starts filling up. And you got to be careful because you don't want to go all the way through and pierce the top. It is very easy to do. And then just give it a little squeeze. And how much you put in, that depends on you. And if you don't have one of these, a regular tip will work as well, just not as nicely. I'm just giving it a little bit of a squeeze. I want to get the corners. So you can kind of feel, like, you know, how heavy it is. So that feels good. I'm just going to maybe a little bit more here. I think that's pretty good for that size. And then you can just take your spatula and just clean off the bottom. There we go. The last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little bit of chocolate on the top. I've got a little bit of chocolate here. I've mixed some dark chocolate and milk chocolate together. So anything you like to do. If you don't want to do chocolate, you can just sprinkle this with confectioner sugar, icing sugar, if you want to go that way. And then just try to spread it around, make it look nice. If you have a lot of chocolate, another easy way to do this is to take them and just dunk them right into a large tub of chocolate. You'll see that done in the professional bakeries. They'll do it that way. It's very, very time efficient. You can also do icing sugar. So a little bit of icing sugar and milk, mix that up, and then you can put that on as well. That's another way to go. Yeah, I think that looks pretty good. So there we go. Chocolate eclairs with our pâte à choux that we just made, and our pastry cream, which you can find in another video. So for the last part of our video, let's cut into our really nice chocolate eclair. Look at that. Look at that. Wow. That is awesome. Of course, I've got to go in for a little bite. Oh, that is so good. If you've never made chocolate eclairs before, you have to try out my pâte à choux recipe. It's super easy, lots of fun, and the end result is just amazing. So that's it for this really fun video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe if you wish, and if you're on Facebook, you can check me out at facebook.com/BakeLikeAPro. That's it. Thanks for watching. Look at that. Oh, look at this. Oh. That's awesome. And please subscribe to my Bake Like a Pro YouTube channel and also click that notification bell to be alerted every time I upload a brand new video. If you made it this far, thank you very much for watching. On the screen now, you can choose a video to watch, or you can also click and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And thank you once again for taking time out of your day to watch my video. I really appreciate it.